more troops to the Baltic republics, Estonia, Latvia, etc. In Poland, in Bulgaria. They are trying to circle Russia in this part. So Russia wants to open new windows for its strategic and vital presence in the world. They have the capacity. They have, as we said, they have enormous natural resources. They have big armed forces. Their area is huge. It's 1/8 of the whole inhabited world. So we are in front of very superpower in every means. You think, as we were talking about energy, they are the 4th in nuclear power, and they are the 5th of renewable resources of energy. So they have all the expertise necessary to Egypt. So we cannot find better partnership than Russia. So we have, what I want to say is, hesitating in improving the relations and enhancing the relations with Russia would be a very fatal mistake for Egypt in this period of time. We would suffer a lot. It would cost us a very high price not to enhance this and to take this opportunity. We don't think of it as an alternative to the relation with the United States. We just want to balance out our relations with the whole world, not to let anybody control us.
Yes. Engineers talking about hesitation in the relationship between Egypt and Russia. Now, you've mentioned that Russia has an industrial zone in Burj Al Arab that has not been used.
Yes.
And we're talking also about the prospects of having another industrial zone. Yes, and talking about having a prospect of an industrial zone in the Suez Canal and a free trade zone as well. What are the projects that the Russian investor can just come right away and invest in Egypt, and what are the main industries that Russia can be of great use here in Egypt immediately instead of hesitating?
Of course, the silos in Dumyat, because they are one of the biggest importers for all the seeds and all the wheat all over the world. So they're going to be a base for them to Egypt and to all Africa. Of course, all these industrial zones, they can start on the spot producing all the food processing in different things. So we can produce what they actually want and what they actually use. And this is also ready on the spot. Also also the tourism, I think they are now between 3 and 3.5 million tourism. They're also investing in this, so we will need them to invest more and to reach with this 3.5 to 10 million Russian every year. So I think we have to, this is just also in the Suez Canal, and there's going to be a huge a lot of things they can invest in the renewable energy, and we are open to the renewable energy now, and they can invest in this right now on the spot, and all the renewable energy, and also the very important thing that they already built a lot of factories here in the 60s. These factories needs to be renovated, and I think is the best partner with us is to be Russia, to renovate all these factories. We have in Helwan a huge factories, all was built by the Russian in the 60s, and now it needs to be renovated because the technology has improved, a lot of things have improved, and they have one of the best technologies in the heavy industry. So I think we can partner with them or do something together, or take from their experience in this old factory which we have. So we have the old factories, improving, also investing in the tourism, and investing in Dumyat, in the silos, and also in all the free zones, food processing, and also a lot of things. And also we can take their help in they are very advanced in the المثلث الذهبي, the triangle, the golden triangle. We can have all their experience, and they have a huge experience in all the minerals.
Yes.
So these things are ready to go, and it also the the return on investment is very good in these things, and I don't know why they're not coming to Egypt. So our president did start, let's work on this, put a plan, time limits to reach to this point and see these factories working and improving, and we have the base already.
Yes, definitely. Mr. Negm, now Ben Rhodes from the US administration, the national security, actually stated in a reaction to the visit of Putin to Egypt, he said that the relationship between Egypt and the US is unique, and they will keep on supplying us with the military aid, and it doesn't really mean anything or matter much in terms of the Egyptian-American relations if Egypt is strengthening its relations with other countries, namely Russia. Now, do you feel that now Russia, and now Egypt being a strong ally of Russia, do you think the relationship between Egypt and the United States would change? Do you think the preparations and the measures always being taken into account when they are dealing with Egypt would change?
Everybody is working for his interests, his own interest and his own national security. I remember when Saddam Hussein took the step to change his commercial currency far from the dollars and change it, and he did not use the dollar anymore, they declared the war against Saddam Hussein. We have to expect the worst. We have to be ready for every situation. It would not be easy. Theoretically, it should not affect anybody because we don't think it's an alternative. We would like to see good relations with everybody, with every nation in the whole world. But trying to control the national security of Egypt by controlling the military equipments or controlling our exports or controlling our energy sector or whatever, it's not healthy for any country. So we are in our rights to look for a new partnership without affecting or damaging any other relations with the outside world. They should not look at it like this, but I think it also brings some risks as well. We have to be ready, we have to be alert, and we have to take things gradually. We have to build our capacities, economic capacities, military capacities, etc. I think there is a symbolism here. Taking President Vladimir Putin to have a dinner on the Cairo Tower had a message to the United States. The Cairo Tower was built during President Nasser as a symbol of resistance against the Western domination in that time. So I think they got the message, and what is left now for us is to prepare ourselves, concentrate on our interests, economy, factories, plants, energy plants, military imports, whatever. We have to concentrate. We have to change our compass, because our compass was for a long time heading towards the West. We want to balance. We are facing a lot of dangerous challenges in Libya, in Syria. We need good friends and confidence with our partnership. We are facing existential threats from the East and from the West. So we cannot be a puppet in the hands of anybody. I think if Russia is serious about investing in the Middle East, in Egypt, and finding a new partner in the Middle East, I think Egypt is the best choice. And if Egypt is looking for a new partnership a little bit far from the West and heading to the East and looking for our national interests, I think Russia, China, and other countries would be a better choice. So we have a common interest, we have common goals. If we are serious, us and them, we should work very hard to achieve these goals.
Yes. Engineer Turk, one final question because we're running out of time now. All Egyptians and the whole world will be looking towards the International Economic Conference that will be held next month in Sharm el-Sheikh. Do you expect Russia to be a big player in this conference? What are the countries that you think will be surprisingly quite active, or maybe not surprisingly, but will be quite pleasantly active in this conference?
Well, I think the Gulf area will be active, and also we hope that Russia will be active in this. I think they got the invitation, and we are inviting them from here to come to this conference. And also we are doing another conference in April, also in Sharm el-Sheikh, the first day in the Arab Union and 3 days in Sharm el-Sheikh, and we are also inviting them to come to our conference and to come to we are inviting them to come to Egypt and invest in Egypt, and there is a huge, we are ready for them, and we have a lot of visibility study for actual projects ready to go, and we are welcoming especially the Russian to come here and to invest at least 10% of what they invest outside of their countries in Egypt. So we are I hope that we can have at least $10 billion of investment in this conference, which is coming in March, and we are doing another conference in April. We'll be advertising for it later on. But this is very important that Russia put Egypt and be an actual partner with Egypt for the benefit of Russia and the benefit of Egypt. And also we have to do our part, that we also have to look for these companies, invite them, work on groups that we have to succeed with our relation with Russia and increase their investment, increase our export to them, and be actual partner with them in the next group.
Ladies and gentlemen, the visit of Russian President Vladimir Putin to Egypt came with a lot of hopes, a lot of ambitions for the future of Egyptian-Russian relations in all fields, militarily, politically, and definitely economically as well. Unfortunately, that's all the time we have for this edition of the Daily Debate. But before we go, I'd like to thank our very distinguished guest, Mr.Yehya, the political analyst, and I would also like to thank Engineer Wael Turk, member of the Syndicate of the Industrial Investors in Suez and Canal Line. Gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us. Ladies and gentlemen, please stay tuned for more coming up on Nile International. I'm Hani. Thank you for joining us.